morning. Welcome back. This is hour number 2 of Tampa Home Talk. We're talking all about Halloween attractions in and around the Bay Area, all sorts of fun stuff. We've had a ton of tickets for you guys pretty much all morning and last week. We gave away a lot of tickets to Tampa Theater. We gave away tickets to Spookathon.
We stole a lot of tickets from Tampa Theater?
Yeah, we have tickets. No, we don't have a lot of tickets for Tampa Theater. But
no, we stole them.
Oh, we stole them. Yeah, they gave them to us. That was a nicer way to say it. But we actually have, I think, more tickets to Spookathon.
Yeah,
that
I didn't realize. Yeah, one more pair of tickets to Spookathon.
Yes, one more pair, maybe 2. So if you want to call Pat George right now, he'll take your call, 888-404-1010. Actually, no, I don't think he can take your call yet.
Yeah,
so
we have a caller on the line.
Yeah, let's hold that for just a second. I'm surprised Pat didn't jump in there. We do have a couple calling guests, right, for Scare House Pinellas?
Yes, we do.
All right, welcome. It's Mike and Jamie. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell me all about Scare House Pinellas. What is that? What can I expect? How long have you guys been around?
Well, Scare House Pinellas is, we're going into our 2nd year, and you can expect, we are kind of a larger haunted house in the Pinellas Largo area, and you can expect, we've got a lot of different animatronics and actors in different scenes and sets as you go through the haunted house, and we kind of touch base on kind of different movies and different types of scares.
Touch or no touch? I always have to ask.
It's no touch. We do. We have we also offer a glow bracelet for the younger crowd if they don't want to be, because we do have some more interactive without touching scenes. Just so if they don't want their child to be really scared, they can have them wear a glow bracelet.
That's the opposite of Screamageddon, right? Where if you wear the glow stuff,
right,
it's on.
Yeah. No, I thought Screamageddon is if you're wearing it, it's off. So they just take all the people who have it, so you're isolated.
Right.
Yeah.
We did that. We did that a couple of weeks ago ourselves. So
what makes your Scare House Pinellas a little bit different than some of the other stuff going on?
I would say that we, our organization is very well. We've got some really good actors, and we've got an age range compared to some of the other haunted houses. We've got volunteers that are from the local middle school and high school, and in the reviews that we've had, which have been excellent, everybody has said that the younger actors is what does it for them.
And we give to 2 charities, so that makes it a little different. All the proceeds go to SPCA and the American Cancer Society.
Oh, that's awesome. What made you guys pick those charities?
As a paint company, we actually worked with SPCA. We're kind of neighbors. They're just across the road from us, where our facility is. And throughout the years, they've always chose us to paint their facilities and those kind of things. So just in talking with one of the facility directors, we said, well, this would be a good idea. And we were looking for something. We've got a large warehouse that during this time of year, we can kind of set things aside and operate, something like this.
That's so awesome. So this is your 2nd year doing it, right?
Yes.
What sparked the idea last year?
It's funny because it was kind of just sitting around talking and we're involved with the Relay for Life kind of heavy in our office, and last year we were talking with the SPCA and figuring out something we could do, and the haunted house was something that we've always liked to do in the past, so we thought, well, what if we could do it ourselves?
That's so great. And what's the general feedback of the community like?
Very good, very good. We're a 5-star rating on all the different social medias, and we've got lots of people from last year have came back this year.
And what's your highlight? You know how like every little, I forget what Screamageddon's doing, but everybody has their different little highlights or scare factor they're doing. What's yours this year?
I would say
like the theme.
Midway is our
Circus Midway?
Yeah, yep.
I probably worded that wrong. Leo's looking at me all funny.
That's
like,
our theme.
Yeah.
That's your theme.
I said it later, just not initially. Yeah, so the theme is the Scare House Circus?
Yes. I would say that's our highlight. That's our biggest. Last year, it was our creative side was the red tide was in the area, and that affected the local residents and turned everybody into zombies.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
This
Yeah.
year was a little different. It was, the red tide was, we found a cure. Everyone was good, and then the haunted house kind of came back and started building itself. And as we were building it, there was a lot of creepy things that kept happening.
Yeah, so from last year, we said we weren't sure if we were going to build the haunted house, but it was kind of not an option once we came back and kept building itself.
What do you mean creepy things started happening? Like what?
Like we have a grandfather clock, so the grandfather clock would just start ringing. It was just fun because as we're out there, things would...
I think we were creeping ourselves out. We had buckets that would fall over, and just stuff, and we'd look at each other and be like, "What was that?"
A lot of fun with everyone.
Your mind can play some funny little tricks on you if you're, geared up for that and looking for it, of
We have
course.
a paranormal team we could rent out to you to
Yeah.
do some tests.
I think we're going to have them on next week. It'd be way too fun to
That would
not
be
have them
fun.
on. So for Scare House Pinellas, do we have a couple of tickets or so we can give away to our listeners?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Are we doing a double, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, or what do we got?
Oh, a 4-pack would be fantastic.
Okay. Awesome. So I think, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. I think when we do that, unfortunately, it does cut you off. If you don't mind, I'll just have Pat get your information, and then we'll get you connected with our winners. Thanks so much for calling in to tell us about Scare House Pinellas.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it.
And one more time, where are you guys located off of? Give me some crossroads.
We're in Pinellas.
I know, but where in Pinellas?
We're near Starkey and Almerton Road.
Perfect. Okay, so that gives a little bit of a landmark there. So for our Pinellas County listeners, Starkey and Almerton Road and it's Scare House Pinellas. Mike and Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today for Tampa Home Talk.
Thank you.
And so if you want to call in now, we're going to go ahead and give away the 4-pack of tickets to Scare House Pinellas, and we will go ahead and give away some more tickets to
Spooky Town.
I want to say Screamathon, but that's not Spookathon. Spookathon, because we have more for those.
Yeah.
So 888-404-1010, 888-404-1010. Mr. Pat George is going to take your call. We'll get you connected. 888-404-1010. And then don't forget, our fall festival is going to be tonight, rain or shine. We're going to have pumpkins for you guys. I know we're going to have at least an hour or two that's clear. I just know it.
I just love how we're giving out thousands of dollars of tickets, and tonight you're going to give out hundreds of dollars of pumpkins.
Yes, you're not kidding about that. It's a lot. It's like two bins, which is over 100 pumpkins.
Yeah, that's wow. Because pumpkins are what? Even at bulk, you're letting them at $3 a pop.
No.
You're not getting them bulk prices.
I'm getting that is bulk price.
Yeah.
Have you priced pumpkins out this year to buy
I
it?
have not priced pumpkins out this year.
I did.
Oh, my, well, obviously.
Yeah, we're buying a bunch of them.
Cool.
So, all right, Pat George, any winners calling in yet for the tickets? You want to announce them real quick?
I don't have their information yet, but
Okay.
we have 3 4-packs to Scare House, and of course it's in the Largo area. So if you're in that area, call 3 4-packs to give away.
Oh, awesome.
404-1010.
888-404-1010. So 3 4-packs. Thank you so much for that.
888-404-1010. Text or
Awesome.
say the word. No, do you have to actually call?
No, yeah. Call Pat George. He'd love to talk to you in person, and we'll give out our off-air number for the Fall Festival in just a little bit.
Nice. I'm excited about Fall Festival tonight.
Yeah. So are you coming since your plans changed, or you don't know?
No,
You think it's going to rain?
I'll be there. I'm very excited about it. I just I'm looking forward to getting my free pumpkins since they're apparently $30 a box this year.
I didn't say that, but they're not cheap. They're not $3 a pumpkin.
No.
It depends which ones you buy, too. The smaller ones obviously are cheaper. We got the bigger ones. So.
Well, you get a whole bag of little pumpkins, little guys, for like $3 or $4.
They make pie.
They do make pie.
Pie and bread. All right, so we're coming up on a break here. If you, I don't know if there's tickets or not left But call Pat, 888-404-1010. He will let you know if we've got some tickets available still. 888-404-1010. This is Tampa Home Talk. When we come back right after the break, we're going to talk to Mr. Calvin Hogan of Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. You guys have been on with us before in the past. Welcome back, and we'll hear a little bit about what your thing is all about, followed by Mr. Mark Griffone. He's got tickets to give away as well.
That's right.
For Warehouse of Horror, and Tiffany Rosano. She's got a pair of tickets for Gulfport Murder House. Right? Do I have that right? Yes. Yeah. Awesome. We'll find out all about your organizations and so much more. The thing I love about this is they all have a charitable component.
Of course.
I love it. All right. This is Tampa Home Talk. We'll be back in a minute.
Good morning. Welcome back. This is Leo Kane with your spooky edition of the Tampa Home Talk Show.
You guys love these 2 hours. I know you do.
Spooky. And then we've got Katrina, who's also spooky. And I have to ask, touch or no touch to everyone that comes through the door today.
You know, somebody I know, her daughter has been doing this incredible, like, Halloween makeup. That should just freak you guys out and come in with one of those next week.
Touch or no touch?
I don't know. I'll let you know when you get here. All right. We're going to welcome our next guest, Mr. Calvin Hogan. He's with Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, you guys have been on for a long time, and you're what you guys help is the cerebral palsy kids, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. What can people expect? What's new this year?
So we're located in Plant City, Florida, right off of I-4. We have 2 haunted trails this year.
200?
2 haunted trails.
Oh, 2 haunted. I was like,
yes,
what?
Yes, ma'am. We have 2 haunted trails this year. We're actually, and with our friends Ominous Descent, we're in the same location. They have a haunted trail there, too. We have haunted laser tag, and Ominous Descent has an escape room over there. We have, we got some vendors out there selling some.
How long are each one of the trails?
They're about 10 minutes long apiece.
Okay. So
Yeah.
walking 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We get a lot of compliments about how long they feel. So a lot of people are always like, man, I feel like we were in there forever. So.
Well, they probably take their time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
kind of go through. What's your theme of Sir Henry's Haunted Trail this year?
So each trail has a different theme. One of the themes is called the Harvester. I don't know if you want me to go into
Sure.
detail
Just
about each
a
one.
little bit about it. Tell us.
So yeah, the Harvester, it's set back into the 1800s era.
Okay.
There's this village. Everyone is in famine. No one can grow any crops. Some people think that the soil was tainted. Some think it's the infamous curse. But no one can grow crops except for this one family, which is the Browns family. And they also are the ones that make scarecrows for the rest of the villages, for the rest of their fields and stuff. So
That's a pretty good theme for Plant City, I'm
yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. It's
and then
pretty
so
well thought out.
rumors start spreading around that these scarecrows are coming to life and are taking people and chopping them up and turning them into fertilizer.
So
you gotta
that's
grow your crops somehow.
one, right? And what's your other trail?
The other one is called Reaper's Haunting. This trail it always takes place around the time that Sir Henry was around. So back in 1929, there was this funeral home owned by Charles Swartz, aka the Reaper. So, along with his wife and his many children, turned the family mansion into a funeral home until the infamous day that Charles' wife and several children, all but 2, tragically perished in mysterious circumstances. So, all the rumors are spreading around that Reaper killed his family and everything like that. So, his funeral home just isn't doing too well until he gets a very big funeral of Sir Henry's bride. So
Now tell me the story again behind Sir Henry, because I know it's had the same name for years. This is
Yeah.
what year number for you guys?
this is our 6th season.
Yeah, so I know you've been around for a while because we've had you on Tampa Home Talk for several of those years.
Yes.
So 6th season, where did Sir Henry come into that? Like, what's the name? I forget.
So-
He's a Plant City icon.
Yeah.
Right, but there was a story behind that, I want to say, from one of the last shows. I can't remember what it was.
So Sir Henry was a legendary showman and entertainer in the early 1900s. He was very, very, very famous. until his wife was brutally murdered on the night of their wedding. And ever since then, he's just been on a mission to get revenge and to find the killer of his wife. And so both the trails we have always tie in to the story of Sir Henry. So it's like kind of like a movie, then let our guests piece the puzzle pieces together.
And you guys start this months in advance.
Oh, yes,
right?
ma'am.
All of you guys, all of our guests. I'm sure you'll talk about the prep work and the time, the
Yes.
labor that goes into setting these up.
Yep.
What's the manpower like? Like, how often do you start?
Like how soon do we start?
Yeah, how soon? Like, what month do you start, and how many people does it take to get this
I'm
thing
sure
going?
Zach the owner has ideas for 3 years from now. But we'll start building as soon as like probably July.
Summer. So summer, you guys get going.
Yeah. And then we'll start designing, thinking of ideas for trails. But like I said, he probably already has the next 3 years planned out. But once we get out there, figure out what we're going to do, they go to Transworld, which is a big Halloween convention. I'm not exactly sure what month that is, but I'm sure
So people get ideas too.
Yeah. Yep. And then they come back and we just get right on it.
That's awesome. And do you guys have tickets for us, right? You usually always give out tickets, do you know?
No,
Okay.
ma'am. Unfortunately not.
So I'll tell you what, I'll find out the answer to that, but text us at our off-air number, 813-377-2775, and usually always they give away tickets, so I'm going to say they probably will.
Okay.
So 813-377-2775, just call or text. Just Sir Henry's will work for those, and then text fall. If you're interested in coming to our fall festival tonight, we'll have a pumpkin for your family and a whole lot of entertainment, photographer, really cool fall venue. If you haven't had your family photos taken in a while, it's a great time to do it, right? With all the fall props and that sort of stuff. And we'll give you your pumpkin.
Yeah, we'll dress them up with like fake blood and everything, and they'll get a family photo. Awkward family photos.
Or bring out.
Well, I don't know that most people are going to be dressed up because it's a fall festival. But
it's
if
not a
you want to
Halloween.
take your picture like that, you're welcome to. By all means.
I just
come
want to be
dressed up.
holding a pumpkin in each arm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I'm rolling with $100 worth of pumpkin here.
Oh, Leo, never a dull moment with you.
Oh, thank you.
What else do you want to tell us about Sir Henry's Haunted Trail? Because I know before we know it, we'll be running into a break. I want to make sure we don't run out of time.
I think we really covered it all.
That's
Is there
the
anything
basics.
else you would like to know about?
So you got how many people do you have come through your trail? Because I know it keeps growing every year, right?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
one evolves and more people come through it.
We had actually the biggest opening night we've ever had. Friday, well, not like this Friday, but
Friday before
opening night
last?
Friday, yeah, October 4th. That was our biggest opening day, and then that Saturday right after was huge for us. We almost reached like the biggest numbers we had last year on our second day. So
What does it look like for you guys? How many people is that?
I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but I know last year I think the most we had was around 1,200 in one night.
That's a lot of people
It's
coming
a lot
through
of
at
people,
once.
yeah. It's especially like for me as an actor that it'll wear you down.
So where are you at in this whole? Which trail are you on?
So
and,
I play the infamous Harvester.
Okay.
I am what you call a queue line actor. So I'll be like the face to the trail of the Harvester. So you'll see me in the queue line. I'll be messing with guests. I'll be out in the common area messing with guests and stuff. So yeah, you'll see me out and about.
so you have to get your Halloween makeup on soon. You're in regular getup right now.
Yeah, I'm ready to get up and go home. Probably take a quick little nap. Head out to the trail.
How late? What do you guys open? What's your hours? When to when? And
We open 7:30 every night, and we close at 11 Friday and Saturday, and at 9:30 on Sunday.
so you guys are open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's every weekend now till Halloween.
Yes, ma'am. Except first weekend is only Friday and Saturday. So, but from here on out, we're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday,
Nice.
Saturday, Sunday. Awesome.
Until the 27th. That is our last day. Sunday the 27th.
Sunday the 27th. Yeah, some of them actually run
Into
past
November.
Halloween.
Yeah, they run
Yeah,
to the middle of
which I
November.
thought is interesting. I'd be curious to know if you guys are still busy after
They
Halloween.
switched
Yeah,
the pumpkins
don't-
out for turkeys.
Yeah. I don't know how they do that. Their numbers must be like, because I know Screamageddon, I think they close November 4th.
Yeah, well, I mean they've kind of turned into a big thing. That's been
Yeah.
what, 5 years, I think.
Yeah, they're like a
around,
theme park
roughly?
at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy how big this little place in Dade City started.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty incredible. Anyway.
It started off in a warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, literally now it's how many acres? I think 5 or so.
Yeah, it's insane.
I want to say I can't remember the exact
And
specifics.
insanity is one of the attractions that going to these places. No?
All right, our author number 813-377-2775. We'll give you tickets for our fall festival. Those are about $15 a piece. If you visit the farm any other night, we have a private event this evening just for our listeners and our past clients, and it's going to be from 6 until 9 p.m. And I know you guys are probably going to all be busy with your own venues, or you'll certainly be invited. Great. So when we, I know we're getting really close to a break, so we're going to talk for just a minute to Mr. Mark Giffone, and I know he's got tickets to give away as well. We'll do that right before we go in the break, and we'll talk all
He's got a
about.
lot of tickets. Speaking of,
He does.
a warehouse full of tickets.
Warehouse of Horror, right, is the name of your place.
That's right.
Tell me real quick, where are you?
We're at the Star Center. It's if you're familiar with Bryan Dairy Road and Belcher Road area, the Star Center is right there, and we're right directly behind the Star Center on 114th Avenue.
Awesome. How many years is this for you guys?
It's our third. Yeah, it's our third, and we keep getting bigger and bigger. You know, the crowds keep demanding more, it seems like, so we're more than
Touch
happy
or
to
no
oblige.
touch?
No touch. Yeah, we're just, we don't want to get
Crowds
involved. That's right, yeah.
I can't even imagine what we should have asked Adam about the insurance for that. I'm going to ask him that question
What the
next
difference
year.
between
We're screaming
insurance on
at it.
touch and no
for sure.
touch?
All right, so our studio call-in lines for some of the tickets, and we'll continue talking with Mark in just a minute. 888-404-1010. 888-404-1010.
Well, good morning. Welcome back. We are here for Halloween Attractions, Part 2.5.
2.5.
Well, we're
something
0.5
like that.
of the way through
Not
the
bad.
second part of the episode.
We left off with Mr. Mark Griffon. We were talking about him. He's Warehouse of Horrors.
Yeah, we finally figured out how to divide up his plethora of tickets.
I know. So we actually decided we are going to, thank you for being so generous, by the way, with the tickets.
No problem.
We're going to do 5 4-packs of tickets for the Warehouse of Horror. So, totally interested in your story. Want to know how this whole thing happened, because you work at Forensic Technology, right?
Yeah, and I'd be lying if I didn't say we weren't playing off our name a little bit.
Yeah. So you and some of your colleagues got together and put this, like, how did the whole thing start? You said it started in a pizza shop, but we didn't get the story yet.
It's I'll make a long story somewhat short for you.
Yeah, we have a limited number of time. just so
Okay,
you know.
all right. So I guess it's always been a dream of mine to help families in need, especially around Christmas time. So I can never really figure out what to do, though, and I have time on my hands. So we go to this pizza shop. It's right up the street from us. It's Sardo's Pizza on Ulmerton Road. And I was just in there, and I was watching this one-man band, if you will, collecting money and buying bicycles for an orphanage. I know he's going to deliver them at Christmas time. And I thought, my God, this is what one guy can do. Imagine what 40 people could do. So all during the Christmas break, I was thinking about it, and then the following week came back to work after the holidays. I got 3 or 4 guys together, and I said, look, let's go to lunch. I want to show you something. We took them there, and I showed them what I had seen, and I said, look, can we do something like this as well? So we started thinking of all different kind of ideas for fundraising. And we wanted to help an orphanage. Okay, that we kind of decided that right there at the table there when we were eating our lunch. So we decided to do car washes. We decided to do bingo nights and all this kind of stuff. And we thought, well, let's try to spread these things out over the year. And we'll raise money, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and maybe we can work with the orphanage to buy the kids Christmas presents. So we began to plan, and we thought, okay, we can do a car wash in the spring. We can do a bingo night in the summer, and we'll be going to do in the fall. And I'm not exactly sure how the idea of a haunted house came up, but I did know that some of our guys in the office had done it to their own houses. So we approached them, and sure enough, they wanted to do it. But it required a lot of effort there, from everything from getting approvals. We had to get our landlord to approve. We had to get our insurance company to approve. Had to get the underwriter to approve, and that took some time. Then we had to get the permits. Then we had to talk to the police. All this stuff. And it all came together.
And that's where the real scary part is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know they had a hard time last year, right? The one in Ybor City, like they were down to the wire, still trying to get approval.
Yep. So that does take some efforts, and so there's about 35 25 of us in the building there. Even though there's 40 people, we're always traveling, so we have a base of 35 people who we decided, let's go and do this. And we began to start, probably our first year, we started this probably in August to get ready. We recycle a lot of the materials we have there for crates and packing equipment and what have you.
So is the venue right there where you're?
Yeah, it's in our warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the good things. It's rain or shine, So even if the tropical storm does come around here or something, if it does, you get a rainstorm, we're inside. So you can, don't worry about any inclement weather. So the first night that we opened, this is 3 years ago, I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I mean, I'm actually hoping, crossing my fingers, that we can break even.
Yeah, that's how most of them, I think, start out, right?
Right. So we were literally putting the last screws, the last walls up, 5 minutes before we opened. And
we heard that story.
Yeah. So I looked out the front door, and I was just amazed what I saw. I couldn't see the end of the people. The line just stretched all through our parking lot. There were still cars coming in. Totally blown away. That night, we had about 500 and some odd people come through.
How'd you guys get so much traction for your first night?
Well, it's interesting. All we did the first year is we put some signs up along the road. Okay. However, we did have Charlie Belcher come, and he did a little segment for us, and that really helped. Because
he was at the home show with us about, a month or so ago?
3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's really interesting is, even though we are really concentrating right now on the haunted warehouse, if you take a step back and look, we're really doing this for Christmas.
Right.
And that's what Charlie Belcher was able to do, kind of blend those two stories together for us. And we're still doing that today. Our charities that we're donating to this year are the Mason-Dixon Christmas Wish Fund. That's from your sister station, I guess, Q105.
Yes, you're right.
And also the Homeless Empowerment Program in Clearwater. That's an organization that helps people really down their luck. Everything from veterans, families, and they provide everything from clothing, dental care, interview skills, job training, to get them back on their feet. We just thought that would be an excellent, worthy cause for us to help.
Are you guys changing the charity every year, or do you pick the same ones?
Well, this is our second year for the Mason-Dixon Christmas Wish, and also our second year for HEP, or Homeless Empowerment. We would like to move it around and kind of share the wealth. Our first 2 years also we worked with Everyday Blessings. That's the orphanage that we bought the Christmas presents for. And if you don't mind, I'd just kind of talk about that for a second. So after the first year, we had all the money we needed, and so we contacted Everyday Blessings, and they gave us a list, the entire Christmas Santa wish list, if you will, for 28 of their kids there. These are kids who have been abused or orphaned or neglected, so they're housed there. And so the night before Christmas, just literally like you think it might look, we piled up all the presents that we had wrapped, I should say purchased first and then wrapped. And then took them under the darkness of night. We met their staff, and then the staff went out and placed all the presents for the kids. So the following morning they woke up, and they saw all these gifts.
It's got to be an incredible feeling. Like, I would want to be there.
Well, we wish we could have been. Yeah, we wish we could have been. But
can I just be a fly on the wall? Can you just put a camera in to see?
Yeah, exactly. So I was watching my own grandkids open up their gifts that morning. I kept thinking back to these 28 kids who are getting a better Christmas than they probably would have. So that doesn't tug on your heartstrings a little bit. Nothing will.
Absolutely. So you raised roughly how much per year?
Well, the first year we raised, with all the other work we did, including the car washes and the bingo nights, almost $30,000.
Wow.
And then last year we didn't do as many of the other fundraisers, because what's happened now is the haunted warehouse is consuming most of our time.
Yeah.
Right? So what's happening now is really focusing on that. So we actually raised a little bit less, but we were able to distribute to more people too, because we have, like I said, the Mason-Dixon's Christmas Wish Fund, and as well as the Homeless Empowerment. So it's a good effort that we're very well. Actually, I personally am extremely proud of it, and I think all the employees back there at Forensic Technology are very proud too.
I bet they are. I bet they are.
Right.
And so, what kind of move over accommodations did you guys have to make to, make this haunted warehouse inside of a operational forensic lab, right?
That's a real good question, because we do have day jobs, and so
is it a forensic lab, or what's the details?
Okay. So when you hear of Forensic Technology, I bet everyone who's listening is probably thinking of blood, bones, and guts.
Maybe,
Yeah. So again, I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. I'll just say that none of that really exists in the building.
Okay.
But we concentrate on bullets and shell casings.
Okay.
So what we do is we provide the systems to law enforcement, so they can examine spent cartridge cases or bullets found at crime scenes, and they use our software to determine if those were used by the same gun in a different crime. So we provide investigators.
Pretty cool job.
Yeah,
Like, my son is taking a forensic class in school, and he loves it. He talks about it every day.
Yeah.
He talks about how they plucked an eyebrow out,
Exactly.
an eyebrow hair out, and we're looking at it under the microscope. He must have talked about that for almost an hour.
It's, there's so many different aspects of forensics.
Yes.
Here we have a little niche, and other companies are doing the same thing, whether it's fingerprinting or blood splatter, or bullet trajectory. Everybody has their own little part of the forensics world.
So how does your everyday operation move over and make room for the haunted
Yeah, that's a good
events?
question because right now we're talking about an 8,000 square foot warehouse that we're working with, and so there's a lot of material back there. Obviously, there's equipment coming in and going out. It's all coordinated by our logistics coordinator, and we have the backing of the entire company for this, so we're able to kind of schedule some things. We make the warehouse almost like an accordion. We can push it in, and then we can pull it out. Okay, so it's we can then operate during the day, and then around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when all the shipments are done, we can kind of pull it back out and reset it back up.
Nice.
It's a I don't want to call it an engineering marvel by any stretch, but there's a lot of creativity that goes into that. Not just with the props.
Yeah.
But the actual physical walls and whatnot that we have to assemble.
So what's your theme? Tell me about what's going into this.
So I think our name says it all, Warehouse of Horrors. When you walk in there, we want you to believe that you are in a warehouse, and obviously you are in a warehouse, okay?
Right.
And there are different things that you would maybe expect to see in a warehouse gone bad. Okay, so I would have to say we're more on to the gore aspect of it, as well as scares. Okay, I don't want to give away
OSHA recordable section?
What's that?
The OSHA recordable wing?
I don't want to give away too much. I will say that
Give us one little teaser highlight that someone can expect to see or they'll just be looking for when they get there.
I call it the kissing booth.
Okay.
I'll let your imaginations run wild as to what may be in the kissing booth.
Okay.
Okay. But we've gotten so many compliments from people who are leaving our attraction. They're comparing us to the big guys. Okay.
Great.
And there are some that
3-4 years in, that's a pretty good compliment,
it is,
right?
and I think that's a testament really to some of the creative people that work at in the facility there. Like I said, it's one thing putting up the walls and everything. It's another thing adding the level of detail that we go through, because we want to scare you. And what's interesting is if you know you're going into a place that you're going to be scared, and we still accomplish that, then it's mission accomplished.
Yeah, I would be scared. That's why I just don't go.
Yeah, we like to kind of play with your senses a little bit too, with maybe some claustrophobic areas, and maybe some of the sounds that you might be picking up on, and obviously the visual stuff, and then some of the scares that we have, and the people wandering around. We have a professional makeup artist that comes in and helps us with some of that stuff too. So all this is being done with volunteers, by the way, and no one's being paid. And the company does allow us to work on this during the normal hours. That's the company's contribution. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention everyone who's putting in their own time.
So how many employees do you have there again?
There's 40 on the list, but because we have field techs who are traveling around constantly, and we have some remote people who are stationed in different parts of the country.
And do all of them help out with us in some sort or another?
I would say 80%. Okay,
Wow.
80% in some way. Whether or not they're passing out flyers or whether they're back there painting, the walls black.
Everybody has a little job.
Yeah. We have one guy who's visited, I think, every business in the southern part of Pinellas County now, dropping off our flyers.
How exciting! Well, I am honored to highlight your, basically what you guys are doing, especially with the charity element behind it.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't want anyone to lose sight of. Okay, we're not
Definitely.
doing this for Halloween, so to speak. We're
Right.
not doing this to anything else than to provide, the funds to make everyone's
So,
Christmas that we touch a little bit
Thank you for
better.
the tickets.
Oh, you're quite
Come
welcome.
have a great time. Tell others about it so you guys can continue to raise more money for charity.
Yep.
Our studio call-in lines are 888-404-1010. We have 5 4-packs to give away to the Warehouse of Horror. Thank you very
Thank you.
much, Mark.
Thank you.
888-404-1010. When we come back in just a minute, we're going to talk with Miss Tiffany Rosano. Back in a minute. Sticking around with us after the break. Pat, did we get our winners for the 5 4-packs to the Warehouse of Horror?
Yes, and our first winner with some information is going to be Patty, and she said she wants to be honest. She listens all the time. She wants to win the tickets, but she's giving them to her son because she's too afraid to go.
Oh, well, thank you, Patty, for listening, and thanks for sharing. Now, just in case you weren't one of our winners, the tickets are only, what, $8?
They're $8 a piece, right? And that entitles you to 2 passes through the warehouse.
Oh, great.
A lot of times we'll get questions from parents, is it too scary for my younger child?
Mm-hmm.
What we recommend them to do is to come through themselves first.
And then go the second time.
And if they think it's okay, just go ahead and buy the second ticket and then take their child through.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Thank you again for all the tickets that you gave away, and definitely support them. They've got a lot of great things you're doing to support charity with the purchase of your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So also, let's roll to Miss Tiffany Rosano. I want to make sure we don't run out of time here. Now, your thing is called, you're the founder of Wordier Than Now.
Right.
And then you guys have Gulfport Murder House.
Right. It's
All right,
it's
so-
our Read No More series. So we're a literary arts organization, a 501c3 literary arts organization, and we've been doing this Read No More haunted house for about 5 years now. So it's just one of like a number of different events we do throughout the year. Our whole goal is to work with local authors, Florida authors, mostly here in Tampa Bay.
Which we were talking about books, and the bookstore is like slowly dissipating on a very rapid level.
Right, yeah, but there's a lot of really talented authors, in our area. So we try to help them reach readers in their communities in really unique ways. So we try to draw out people to events that wouldn't typically go to like a reading at maybe a university or a bookstore. We try to sneak in the literature to them. So
Yeah, so how did you guys get started? You started in 2012, right? With Wordier Than Now, it was a storytelling?
Yeah, we
open
just
mic?
we got started as just a storytelling and prose only open mic. There really wasn't much going on at the time to kind of bring together the literary arts community, and we just sort of evolved from there, playing around with different ideas to see what was fun, what worked, what brought people out, what got writers excited. So Read No More, we started pretty early on, about 5 years ago, and we convinced somebody we knew in Gulfport to let us rent their house for a few days.
So it's at someone's home?
It is
Okay.
somebody's home, so we try not to break things. And we basically, it's like an immersive theater project. There's a short play in each room, each one written by a different local writer, performed by local actors. The first year we did it, there really wasn't too much of a cohesive theme or anything. We just sort of grabbed some of our friends and said, "Hey, can you stage something in this room?"
Help us figure something out.
And then as we kind of went on with it, we were like, well, no, let's make it, so it started out as just Read No More, and now it's the Read No More Gulfport Murder House. So it's a different murder in a different decade that has taken place in this home, and each year it's a different series of plays.
So it's a short film play?
No, it's short plays,
Okay.
yeah. So each one's about 10 minutes long. It's a walk.
Are these based on writers, actual writers with books, or no?
No, it's all original work by local writers.
Got it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's, you won't, yeah, it's all like original material.
Well, it's
by-
interesting to see how it goes down, right? And then writers can see how people get feedback.
Yeah, no,
Or-
it's a lot of fun. The work they create for this. We've gotten some really good feedback, really good plays, and we're expanding it this year. Because we've just been selling so many tickets that we're doing a Christmas themed haunted house for the first time in
Fun.
December. So it's our Read No More haunted holidays.
So for the Gulfport Murder House, how many different plays are there, and how long does it take people to go through the whole thing?
Sure, it's so there's 4 plays. In between like the tour guide and banter and stuff like that, it's probably about 45 minutes walking and standing. There's no seats. You're, literally the space between us, a few feet away. That's the plays are happening like right in front of you.
It's a moving venue. Yeah.
And the tours are like there's set tour time, so it's we take through tours of like 15 people at once.
And what's the hours and the days you guys are open?
Sure, we had to add an extra date, so we are now doing it on Wednesday the 23rd through Sunday the 27th, and some of those tour times have sold out already, but so Wednesday through Saturday it's 6, 7, 8, and 9 p.m., and then on Sunday it's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
So
Great.
it's super guided.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But there's a lot of structure to it. That's great. And so this is what year for you?
This is our fifth I'm pretty sure we were trying to figure that out. It's the fifth year.
You can lose time real quick, right?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it was pretty easy to lose track of that one.
So how has that evolved from year one to where you are now?
As I said, we're just getting a lot more interest in it. It just, took that time to build up the word of mouth. We're a little smaller because obviously, we're not funneling through a ton of people at once. We have very limited tour times.
Right.
And then, just the interest, adding that Haunted Holidays event.
How many people are you guys taking through each tour? Like, what's your
15.
15 per
Yeah.
tour. Yeah, I can see where it's a lot quick. What do tickets run?
They're 12 in advance and 15 at the door.
Okay, and did you have tickets you were going to give away too?
Yeah, we can give a couple of tickets away. I just ask whoever wins them gets in touch with me so we can get them on a tour time.
We'll get you guys connected, yeah. So we're going to give away one pair of tickets?
Yep.
Okay, so one pair of tickets to Gulfport Murder House. Founder of Wordier Than Now, Tiffany Rosano, thank you for that. 888-404-1010. If you want to call Pat George, we'll give you guys those pair. 888-404-1010. And so what charities are you guys working with?
Well, we're a 501c3,
Okay.
so all of our work throughout the year is, we're completely volunteer run. We just are here to support the arts, support writers, support readers, get people excited about reading local, basically. So.
Talk about your charity. What's your mission with that?
Sure. I mean, well, that's basically it. We are an author support system. We want to connect them with readers. We want to, encourage people to write and to read and to, as I said, there's so many talented writers in this area, so we just really want to help them connect with each other, connect with readers, hone their craft, and we have a number of different. We do everything from literary pub crawls to open mics. We just did a drag show for Banned Books Week.
Fun.
Yeah, we're doing a New Year's Eve event. We rented a home over in Tierra Verde, and we're doing like a Gatsby-themed murder mystery party.
How do you think stuff like that will change and evolve with time, right? We're living in such a digital world, right, where bookstores are literally disappearing.
They're just Audible books now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of Audible, which I've been doing for years, like before people really knew it was around.
I think I've seen more articles lately, though, that bookstores are kind of thriving more than they have in the past, and that the print book is. There are people who you see vinyl, making such a big comeback and selling more than CDs. I think people really love having the book in their hand, and that it's a better experience, I think. And
lot to be said for that, for sure. Thank you very much for joining us and telling us all about your nonprofit.
Yeah, thank you
We'd
so
love
much.
to support that. And Hector was our winner, right, for the Gulfport Murder House?
Yeah, congratulations, Hector.
Awesome, Pat. I'll look for that information. Thanks for listening, Hector. Thanks to all of you that listen and won tickets. We actually have another pair of Screamageddon. So if you want to text us at our author number, 813-377-2775, we'll get that information to you. And we have tickets for our fall festival tonight, which I know we're going to get 2 hours.
And you get free pumpkins.
Yep. 813-377-2775. You can call or text us on our author number. Thanks so much for listening to us this week. Thanks, guys, for being my guests.
Thank you so much.
And support all of our people that came in. Love where you live, or we'll fix it. Bye for this week. We'll be back next.